Hello everybody, this is Joseph Propati, and today I'm going to be doing a playthrough of the Red Dragon battle for my game Dungeon Hack, the dice game. So what I wanted to do with this video is just show the start of that battle, go through a turn, go through the rounds, maybe even possibly finish a full turn, and see if this setup could win the game by beating the dragon. The rules for covering the dragon battle are not detailed the way I put them together, and what I wanted to do is have this video explain the setup, explain how the battle works, what you can do, what you can't do, and what can happen during the battle with your rolls and cards. And then I'm going through and I'm updating the rules, and I'm going to be adding more detail to that last battle. And so I'm hoping that those that have the game right now, when they get to this last battle, this will help them go through those steps. So what I've done is I have a game that's completed. I'm at that last quarter that's heading into the dragon room, and when you're at this stage, you can, if you get to the dragon early and you're not ready, you don't have to attack the dragon. You can go out, finish more of the rooms, and fight the dragon when you're ready. So with this setup, all my characters are at level 2. Now, when you play the game, you may have some characters that, half may be at level 2 and half may be at level 1. It's just a mix. Sometimes it's very hard to get all of your characters up to level 2. If you can, that's ideal. You have your characters at the top strength, get them at the highest level of health, and then go ahead and take on the dragon. So what I'll do is I'll show you what I have set up in this. Right now I've gone through my dungeon. Here I am at the last step, ready to enter the dragon room. And all the dragon rooms are the same for every game. It's going to be a trap and the dragon. Now what may change in that is if a random monster gets, or a minion gets called to the dragon, that can happen a number of times based on good or bad rolls. So, but the actual setup is always a trap and the dragon, no other monsters when it starts. So on mine I have these magic items that I've acquired. I have a potion that I can use. Over here you can see my spell cards. Right? Now we got to remember there's certain spells you can't use when you're fighting the dragon that he has immunity to, and that is you can't use fireball, sleep, or web. So these won't work on the dragon, but you still can use them for monsters that get summoned to the dragon to help him out. So don't just toss these aside and think you can't use them at all. They're still available. I don't have them down, but I have them off to the side, and if a monster gets summoned to help the dragon, well then I'll set them out and I'll have them so I can try and memorize them. The other one you have is teleport. The only reason I don't put this out is you're basically only going to use teleport if you know you're going to die and you need to get out. So it's one of those last-ditch efforts where you can play this and it basically just pops you into another room. So if you're close and you think you're going to die and you have that teleport ready, which you can always have memorized and ready to go, that's one option that you can use. So it's a good option. It lets you kind of try and heal up and then go back and try and take them out. But remember, if you leave the dragon room and there was only one dragon card left, when you go back, you're going to have a full strength dragon to deal with. So dragon heals up pretty quick. It's got a lot of magic. So don't think you're going to pop out from teleport and then go right back in and think you're going to have that one card. It just doesn't work that way. So be prepared. He may knock you down to almost dead, and you're going to have to go through this whole thing again. So this is how the setup would be. We have everything ready to go. When you enter this stage, all you got to really worry about is the trap card and the big boss, which is the red dragon. So you have everything, all your dice ready to go. None of your spells can be memorized. Okay, you're going into this thing fresh battle. Some of the things you want to remember when you're fighting the dragon and monsters that might get summoned to them. When you start each round of the battle, there's always an initiative roll. If you roll a 6 when you're rolling for the dragon, you automatically get attack initiative. And that goes with all monsters that are there. So if you have a dragon and you have a couple monsters you summoned, if you roll a 6 when you're doing the dragon, you get instant attack initiative. But let's say you roll for the dragon and you get a 5, which means he's level 5 or lower, then you got to roll for all the other dragons to see the initiative. Okay, so it's only when you're starting with the dragon, you're going to roll for him first. If you roll 6, you get the initiative, and that means all other monsters lose the initiative. And then we have, we will go through, and let's go ahead and we'll set up the dragon. So you're going to enter the room, right? So you'll move your token into the tile, and first thing you'll do is grab a trap. So we have a pit trap, put it over here on space 2, and then we take our 6 dragon cards. Now I know it says 6 monsters, but what that really is saying is that there's 6 cards that kind of are represented like monsters. You'd have like 2 3-level monsters, 2 4-level, and 2 5-level. So it's really 6 cards that make up this full dragon monster. And the way you're going to lay those out is you'll see that you have these little triangles, right? Those will go together. So you take your 2 5s, match them up to the 5 level area, and then put the triangles together. Then we take our 2 4s, put them here, right? And then we take our 2 3s. And again, they go with the triangles. And then when you put them all together, you should have a nice image of a dragon. So this is your dragon you're battling. These are the 6 dragon cards that have to be destroyed, and they go just like monsters. You take on this one, 1 2 3, you destroy that card. It doesn't affect his strength. It's like you're doing damage to different parts of his body, but he still has strength, the same strength to hit. But one thing you have to remember is when you're attacking, these are kind of like, picture them like monsters. So when you do a damage to this, if I did 5 damage to this, if I did 5 damage, I'm picking this card, and I would go 1 2 3, and that's it. I can't go now 4 5, because this is the damage to that part of the body. You can't just redirect it. Okay, so remember that when you're doing damage. So try and use your actions to try and do 3 to that, and then 2 to this, or 3 to this, 1 to this. Just remember, you do something that does 5 damage, wherever it goes. And then things you got to remember too is, before you get to these upper cards of the dragon, you have to get rid of these 2 first. So these have to come down, then you can go to the 2 4. These 2 have to come down, and then you can go onto these last 2 5s. Okay, you can't just do damage to any of these and bring them all down. They have to go in these order. Okay, so we've got our dragon, and we have our trap. Now spells. Again, there's certain spells you can't use. Web, we have these web, fireball, and sleep. Those are immune to those attacks. He also has the ability to dispel magic on a d6. So whenever you cast a spell that you have memorized, you have to roll a d6. If you roll a 6, you dispel that spell. It just fizzles. Okay, so try and remember that when you're doing your battle. I know you can get into this. There's a lot of stuff going on. You're trying to kill this dragon, but if you cast a spell, just try to remember, roll a d6. If you roll a 6, that spell is useless. Okay? So one of the things to try and remember. And then the other thing we want to remember is you can still do your lightning bolt and daggers, shocking grass. Those aren't fire. Those are electric damage. So those will work on the dragon. Right? So we're stepping in the room. This is what we're facing. This is a brand new turn. So the first thing we want to do, we always do on a first round, is we roll our 10 action dice. So put these out. Right? And the reason we do that first is because we want to see what benefits the dragon gets this round. And that has to do with the random monster dice. So here you'll see this little chart. if you rolled 1, he would get this ability, which is a +1 to damage. So whenever it's his attack, he would get that +1. In this case, he's going to get +2. Now these stay there this whole round, and then once the round's over, then you move it to the regroup. You don't re-roll them. This is part of your roll, so that's that plus and minus that's going to affect you based on what you have here. If you roll 3 of them, he gets +4 to his damage, and if you roll 4, he summoned a monster, and you go to the monster card deck and pull a monster. So this battle can ramp up really quick if you start rolling bad. So just remember, these, the first time you roll, put these out, it'll let you know what benefits he has when he's attacking you. Okay? Dragon always attacks with 2d6 plus 2. Okay, so when it's his attack, he will roll 2d6, add 2, and then whatever modifiers he has here. That's his attack. Right? There's no spells, not doing any spells or casting spells, but he can dispel spells. So, then we have our remainders, which we put in our staging. Here. Alright, and then we have our wild card. Remember, if you roll a wild card and you roll any of the campfires, just keep rolling. And we rolled a healing hand. Okay, so we've got our first roll. Now, initiative. So we take our d6 and roll to 3. So the dragon gets initiative. And just put that on there so you know he has initiative. And since I can't cast any spells yet, I'm not going to be able to cast. I don't have it memorized, but that attack initiative is really kind of critical. You can cast it. If he doesn't dispel it, you got the first attack. So, since we know the dragon's attacking first, let's go ahead and do that damage. Okay, 2d6 plus 2. We don't have anything we can use to block it. Fighter can't block because it's 1 through 4. It's a 5-level monster. So, and the damage is big. So 9, and then 10, 11, and then actually 12, 13. So because there's 2 of these, it's plus 2, plus 2, plus 9. Okay, so we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, all damage from the dragon is spread out evenly with all the characters. So we got 13 damage. Just start counting them out. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then that highest valued health will take that remainder, and that's the fighter. So that's our 13 points of damage, which is a big hit right off the beginning. And then it's our turn. So now we got to decide what are we going to do. We got a trap, we got a dragon, we can start working on these 2. We can start trying to memorize spells. So remember, we also have our over here, we've got our spell card or our magic items, so we can remember to use those. But we'll go in here and we're going to start thinking about, let's deal with that dragon. Okay. Now, let's do this. I'm going to gain myself, use my magic ring, and get myself a hood, magic hood, a wizard, or a magic wizard cap. And then I will use my magic sword to get a sword. Now remember, there's only 3 of those, so you know you can only use so many, and then once you've used the 3, you can't use any more. Then I have healing, and then we also have our potion. So I think I'll hold off on that potion just now. Let's see if we can get rid of this real quick. So we have that, and we'll take this one, put it here. Same thing goes for your secondary action dice. If you run out of these, you can't make any, well, then you can't use it. So here we've dealt with the trap, and that gets removed. Right, so we're good with that. So now let's go straight for damage. We're going to try and memorize. So first we're going to use this to get a book that now lets us cast. So maybe we can... Alright, what's a good damage one? We have Healing Hand for Lightning Bolt, a sword, and we'll use this other one to create another book, and now we have Lightning Bolt. Does 4 damage. We've got, what else can we get? I think we'll use this one for attack initiative, and we'll get a shield. And that gives us attack initiative. We'll use that next round, since this can stay from round to round. Right? As long as you don't use it, you can cast spells. And we will use these right here. It's not too much damage, but I think we'll use these to do healing, which means we can do... Why do you even change a die face? Oh, remember, if you change die faces, you cannot change these locked dice. Change anything else, but not the wandering monster. Okay, so I think we're going to change these to do healing, which will give us 4. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's 2 per. And let's do some damage. So we will cast Lightning Bolt. Alright, which is 4 damage. And we'll take one of these. 1, 2, 3, and it's out. And we've got to get rid of this one before we can attack those. I don't think there's anything else we can do. I think we're good. So we... Oh, let's make sure. I forgot. We got to roll. We might have to cancel that lightning bolt if I roll 6. And no. So, did not dispel that lightning bolt. So good. We're good there. Man, so you got to remember that. I keep forgetting that. So, anything else I can do? I think what I'll do last is I'm going to cast this, drink this potion. And I can spread 6 healing over all party members if I want. So, sorry about that. I had the battery die, so I had to swap batteries. But we're going to use a healing potion, which I'm going to spread out over the 6 character, or the 4 characters, but it's 6 healing that I can use. So I think I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was the only one I got, so I hope it works well. That ends my round. The dragon's already attacked. So we go ahead and clean up everything, put everything in regroup, get everything spread out, and now take this back. And I didn't have to roll potion. That's that's not a spell or anything, so I didn't have to. Dragon can't do anything about that. So what do? We got the next round. First thing we do is always roll our 10 action dice. So we've got another 2 wandering monster. So these initially go here. So we know he's going to get a +2. Let's go ahead and put these here. And then we got 2 wild cards, which lets us roll these 2. Remember, wild cards, if you roll campfire, just keep rolling. And we got a... Alright, that's good. So let's start doing some damage. Because I'm going to cast this right now, attack initiative. I win the initiative. But, let's see if, hopefully, he won't. Oh, and he canceled it. So, let's see if he gets the initiative. Maybe I can roll a 6. No, a 3. So, that failed miserably, unfortunately. Can't prevent it, so damage from the dragon is always 2d6 plus 2 plus another 2. So, hopefully, let's roll low. Not bad. We got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Bang, right back down. So, now it's our turn. Let's do some, see if we can get some spells and do some damage. So we'll try and get this down. We need 3 damage. Alright. We can do, change that into that. That here. This here. And do 2 damage. Then use sword, which will do 1. So now we've got those out of the way. Now we can start working on these 4s. All right, let's see. Can we get something right away? We can use our magic items again because every round they refresh. You get to use them. So we can do Shocking Grasp. Let's change that to a hand. Right, and we will take that. We have Shocking Grasp. Let's cast that, which does 3 damage. Hopefully it won't. And 4. So we got lucky. So 4. We cast Shocking Grasp, which is 1, 2, 3. We can take. Let's see. We're going to use this to get a. That. We will use this magic item to get one of these. So we'll use these 2 to get attack initiative again. And then lightning was really good. So we'll take this and we'll change this into a healing hand. And we just need a sword. So we'll take this. I think we'll put this on here. Oh, and then we have these 2. We were going to do 2 damage, so we'll take that guy out. I don't think I used that. If I did, I'm sorry, but I saw those. I couldn't remember if I used them, but 2 damage, so we have this card out. And now let's do another turn. Alright, so we clear this out. We don't have all 10 dice. It's okay. There we go. This is better. We only got 1 this time, so you will only get a +1. We got one of these. And these will help. And we got a wild card. And daggers. Okay. So let's go ahead. First we'll see if we roll a 6. Should have done that first. Always try and roll first. If you get a 6, you don't have to use your attack initiative. So nope. So I will cast my attack initiative and hope they doesn't dispel it. Just not doing lucky. So 6. So that didn't work, and he gets initiative. Remember, dragon gets 2d6 plus 2 plus 1. So let's roll damage. Oh, 6 and a 1. So we got 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do 9, 10. Okay. Alright, so now it's our turn. We will use our magic again. So we'll magic item. That'll give us sword, which we'll put on here. Get lightning bolt. That gives us 4, which we will use right away on this one. Hopefully we do not get a dispel. Lucky. Okay. So we take that back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're down to the last 5. Let's see. Can we get some of the cards? We can change this to a healing hand and put that on Shocking Grasp. Got Shocking Grasp. We can cast this. Hopefully it doesn't get dispelled. 5. Good. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And we need some. We can do some damage here. So if we do, those are 1-to-1. Take this, get dagger, 1-2, that gets rid of that guy. And then we'll take these to get 2 daggers. 1-2. Hey, we're getting close. We might do it. These will do 2. Okay, so we can do, oh, this might work. So we can use this to get a book, that to get a book, and that does 2 damage. And oh yeah, we can clear it off. We're gonna do it. So we can take this guy, get a book. We don't need to cast any more spells because 1-2. There we go. Did it. Actually got pretty good. Didn't summon any monsters. We were able to use some spells. You know, a couple of them got dispelled, but we did some damage. And we defeated the monster, the red dragon, the big boss. So that would be the win. Since there's no monsters that we have to clear out, there's no other traps or anything that we have to deal with, we would now see what our last treasures are. We get 2 treasures, healing, 2 healing potions, which we could use, bring us up. And then we can make our way to the bazaar if we had any extra money, which I have, buy some things. But there you go. We did it. We got lucky, got some good rolls, and we beat the red dragon. So, again, I was on all level 2. I've had some magic items. You know, got some good rolls. You just never know. Sometimes you may roll a random monster and he may get a level 5, and it might be a cave troll and that thing regenerates and it just is killer. And you might roll 4 twice and now you got 2 monsters and all this stuff's going on at once. So we got really lucky on this, but I'm hoping that this explained the setup, explained how you attack each round, things to remember like doing your dispel rolls, rolling for your initiative, you know, doing your damages when you can, remember you're attacking each line, and that's where you defeat the dragon. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section. If I missed something or something didn't make sense, go ahead and ask it in the comment section. But I want to thank you for watching, and those that have purchased the game, thank you for supporting my game, and I hope this really helps when you get to that last big battle. Thanks again, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm always making different videos and covering different games, a lot of them that are usually my games, but I hope you enjoy the channel and the videos that I'm presenting. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Again, this is Joseph Propati, and this is my game, Dungeon Hack, the Dice Game. Thanks for watching.